Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, which of the following transformations in the Cartesian plane preserves congruency? So let's go ahead and highlight that, right? And let's see if we remember what preserve means. Preserve means that it will keep it, right? That it will not change it, okay? So we're looking at the answer choices and they're asking us which one of those will keep congruency. Means that if I have a shape and it goes under this kind of transformation, it will still be congruent. Is that right? Okay, so let's look at the answer choices. The first one says xy transforms into 2x minus 4 and 2y plus 4. Now, I want you to keep in mind that anytime that you multiply my coordinates, the figure will not stay congruent. Okay, so let me write it down over here. It will not stay congruent. Why? Because think about multiplying. If you multiply by a number greater than 1, the figure should get bigger, right? But if you multiply by a decimal, then your figure is going to get smaller. But in either case, it will not stay congruent. There will not. It will be some changes, right? So A doesn't work. What about B? Well, I can see that we are multiplying by 3/4, right? Now, this is my scale factor, and that is the same thing as 0.75, right? So what do you think is going to happen to the figure? Would it stay the same? No, right? These will get smaller. Very good. So when something gets smaller, what's going to happen? Do they keep the congruency? Are they going to preserve congruency? No, it's not, right? Okay, very good. What about letter C? What is happening on letter C? Well, it's changing from x to y and negative x. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, remember that basically anytime that I see that my x and my y switch places like that, you see how the x and the y became the y and the x? Okay, anytime that this happened, I know this is going to be a rotation. Very good. Now, what happens on a rotation? Well, in a rotation, it's kind of like you holding the figure in your hands and you just flipping it around. Is that right? But you're not making it bigger or smaller. You're just using the same shape to do the rotation. Okay? So, for example, let's suppose I have this triangle. And if I want to rotate that, then it's going to be something like this. Right? Well, a little bit bigger than that, right? But that's basically what it is. It just keeps on going around and around, but it doesn't change the shape. So letter C will keep congruency, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that will keep it. Let's look at letter D. Well, letter D, you are multiplying by a negative 1/2 the y and a positive 1/2 the x. And either on these cases, anytime that we talk about a scale factor, the x and the y needs to be multiplied by the same number. So letter D is not even gonna happen for us, okay? Because in a dilation, I will need to use the same scale factor, okay? But if you look at the half by itself, that means that it will get smaller on the x, right? Okay, because you are multiplying by a half. Okay, very good. Therefore, my answer will be letter C. Very good.